Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll update you on the Ferris State men's and women's basketball squads, both still in first place in the GLIAC North Division, moving into the month of February. And we'll catch up with Ferris State hockey as they return from back-to-back trips to the Upper Peninsula. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog basketball, and joined by men's basketball assistant coach Raymoan McAfee. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Always good to be here.
Road trip this past weekend for the Bulldogs, and kind of a tale of two games. Didn't have a great performance on Thursday at Ashland, but you guys came back with an outstanding performance on Saturday at Wayne State.
Oh yeah, that Ashland game was the first game to start the second tier around the GLIAC again, and Ashland is a veteran team. They got a lot of experience on their roster, and we got a lot of guys that's new to the GLIAC. So I mean, it wasn't really too much of a surprise to the coaches, but it was a great learning experience for the guys.
Obviously, as we mentioned, they came back on Saturday, and now at 21-4 overall, and in first place in the GLIAC North Division, where you want to be moving into the final month of the season.
Oh yeah. I tell the guys all the time the goal is not to be 21-4, or back then when we took our first loss, it wasn't to be 8-1. The goal is to win a championship, and these 4 losses is just part of our journey. We're trying to win every game, that we play. But sometimes you just come out on the losing end. Somebody got to lose the game, 50-50 chance to win. So. We got to lock in a little bit more focus on the road. 3 of our 4 losses are on the road, so kind of got to find a way to, squeeze out some more games on the road.
As we go to the highlights, we'll start with this past weekend's road trip to Ashland and Thursday night, and they were playing minus maybe one of the best players in the conference in Drew Noble.
Yeah, which was, we mentioned that, a wounded animal, a wounded team, they kind of bonded together, and they weren't trying to pound the ball into him like we prepared for all week, so they played a little bit more together as a team, a lot more assists, a lot more movement, as you can see. It's easier when Noble has the ball because he's trying to score, and our game plan probably would have worked a little bit better, but they played together. Our minds weren't geared to rotating and things like that, because that hasn't been how Ashland has played lately. So it was a great experience for not only myself as a coach, but the guys as well. We got to stay together and communicate.
One of those games where offensively it was a struggle to get shots to fall or to hold on to the basketball most of the night.
I mean, yeah, we did some uncharacteristic things on offense ourselves. We weren't moving as much. It's just one of those games. We try to do a lot off the dribble. That's just, we want to be 20 assists and up. And I don't think we hit double-digit assists in this game. So, I mean, we corrected it, and we're going to continue to correct those problems.
Obviously a tight ball game here at halftime, 33-26, and still had a great opportunity to win this game moving into the second half.
Yep. I mean, that's been a tell. Even that Michigan Tech game, I mean, we cut it to, probably a single possession game, and we make a mistake like this one here. It's just things that just can't happen on the course of throughout the course of 40 minutes, especially on the road. So you got to tighten up on the road.
How important is it when you're not maybe playing your best basketball offensively to try to get those big stops on the defensive end?
I mean, it's very important. I mean, we still held them to 65 points. Maybe if we put the ball in the basket a little bit more, 65 points is, right where we want to hold teams. That's a good mark. But I think we did a pretty good job. Other than a few winning moments down the stretch, we didn't come up with the loose ball, or we didn't box out. We didn't have a high hand. Probably a handful of possessions, and that's what lost us the game.
Obviously an Ashland team that their program, like the Bulldogs, have been one of the top teams in the conference here over the past 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that's another thing I try to reiterate to the guys. That's a proud program. They got some good wins over us and good battles in our gym. And those guys that played were there. They were in those games. So, I mean, like I said, it was no surprise. I mean, that's life on the road, especially in the GLIAC. Got to take it and keep rolling.
Had to put that one behind you quickly. You came back on Saturday going to Detroit to take on Wayne State, and obviously the guys rebounded in a strong fashion.
Yeah. I mean, we had to make a few changes. I mean, and again, nothing was given to Logan and Greg. Those guys earned it every single day in practice. They earned those spots, those starting spots. And guys were just a little bit more focused this game. Especially when Coach shake things up. Coach did a great job of leading the team in the way that they needed to be led. In this specific situation. So. It was no surprise that we bounced back. I mean, we shot the ball well, which was good. So
able to knock down 10 threes here in the first half, and had a number of different guys that were able to contribute offensively.
Yeah, as you can see in these highlights, a lot of these shots were pass shot. It wasn't off the dribble. We weren't trying to do things ourselves, and that's the way we want to play.
You mentioned earlier Logan Ryan making his first start as a Bulldog right here with the move inside, and had 17 points. Nice to see him really have a breakout game offensively.
Yep, like I said, he's earned that in practice. It wasn't given to him. He earned it. I mean, that was a great game, especially in front of his mom and dad and family, and people from Canton came out to support him. I mean, I was happy for him. It was a good game for him.
You mentioned him returning to the Detroit area. He wasn't the only one. Greg Williams, Walt Kelser, you're a former Bulldog from Detroit. What's it like playing at Wayne State, knowing you're going to have so many family and friends?
Man, that's a big game. That's the game you bring out, your best suit. You have your best shoes. You make sure your hair is cut. I mean, that's a great game for us. We like to come back because it's going to be a lot of pictures after the game. It just kind of feels like a home game almost. You see my dad standing up there in the red jacket. It's just a fun atmosphere to be in.
Obviously, they made a couple runs here, but it seemed like every time they tried to make a run, you had an answer and able to maintain that double-digit advantage going through the course of the second half.
Yeah. I was impressed. I mean, that was not an easy thing to do for our guys. I mean, we actually came in and stayed locked into the game plan. I mean, we made adjustments on the fly. The guys executed. So, great job to our guys.
6 players in double figures, and again, that balance going a long ways here in a game like this.
Oh yeah, yep. That's how we want to play, Rob. You know that. I mean, you talk about James Chappelle, Jared Stoliker, Jabril. I mean, those teams, those first couple of GLIAC championship teams, we had that all the time. 4 or 5 guys in double figures, a lot of assists. So that's the way we really want to play, and we're trying to embed it into these new guys. So trying to keep it rolling.
93-67 the final. Now you return home. 4 straight home games. Going to be nice to be back at Jim Wink Arena.
Oh yeah, yep. But the biggest thing was just to continue on what we've been doing. I think we had over 20 assists in that game. Want to keep that mark up. Want to keep making shots. Want to stay locked into the game plan on defense and just keep rolling.
Obviously this week taking on Saginaw Valley State and Northwood, both for the second time, and 2 very good basketball teams that will be coming in this week.
Yep. And they got some individual talent that's pretty good. I mean, Malik had 30 on his last game. Miles had 20. So, those guys are going to try to repeat that effort and correct their mistakes as a team. So, again, the second time around in GLIAC, it won't be easy. Even though we're at home, it's still going to be a tough matchup. 5
of the final 7 at home. Just 2 road games left here in the regular season, and a chance here really to make a run here at another conference championship.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the home games, but I kind of wish we had more road games just so we can correct some of those problems. 3 out of our 4 losses on the road. So I mean, I'll take the home cooking and get ready to go wherever we have to go for the tournament.
How important is it to be ready to play each and every night here in the GLIAC? It seems like it's been a battle no matter who you're playing here in the conference.
I mean, it's extremely important. I mean, we got guys in the conference who we recruited pretty hard, and they went to other schools. So there's some pretty good players in this conference, and I mean, we know that better than our guys, so we just try to coach them, with that mindset that, we know who these teams have on their rosters, and there's some pretty good players, and we have no room for error in the GLIAC, especially the second time around, especially going into March in the playoffs.
What's it take to beat Saginaw Valley, Northwood here, and get the sweep over both teams here this weekend?
Just playing team ball, doing what we know how to do, play together, stay locked into the game plan, stay locked in on defense. I mean, taking no possession off. Every second that you're on the floor is going to be important, and we need the maximum effort from each guy. Even if you're sitting on the bench, we need you to be cheering loud, calling out the scout. Everybody knows it. So, I mean, it's going to take a full team effort, and our fans. We would love to have the fans, come in and support us and cheer us on as well.
Coach, thanks for being with us. Thursday, 5:30 against Saginaw Valley, and Saturday against Northwood at 1.
Yes, sir. See you there.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.